All right.
Are we
Joe,
on? We doing
we're
this?
on. We're on, Joe. We're doing it. Joe Prosit?
That's right. Yeah, Joe Prosit. I write
Prosit.
sci-fi, horror, some psychological thrillers. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, some weird energies. You're such a happy guy. You're such a happy guy, but you write about some pretty dark, scary stuff here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we're at a tattoo convention.
Yeah.
And I've been to horror conventions. I've been to a lot of different things. And it seems like, the people who seem the scariest maybe on the outside, like the horror fans, the tattoo people, the nicest people in the world.
Yeah,
And
I love that. So you've been at this. You wrote your first full book, Bad Brains.
Yep.
You wrote that in 2022, you said?
Yeah, about 2022.
And you've been doing short stories for quite a bit of time before that.
Right. Yeah. So short stories are how I cut my teeth and really like how I honed my craft. And I love the medium. I love the format. I love something that you can sit down and go from beginning to end. And sometimes it's as little as like 10, 15 minutes. And, you're not committing to something like Dune or Lord of the Rings,
Right. So you've got, and we'll talk about this a little more. I want to get into at least like some of these books. We don't need to go into the details of all of them because we don't have, that's like an hour-long interview probably. But as far as how you got started with the short stories, you mentioned to me you're a military veteran. So
Yep.
you retired from the military. Whatever you care to share about that, your life before being an author.
Yeah. So when I was a little kid, there's three things I wanted to be when I grew up. It was a soldier, a writer, and I wanted to be a running back for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, you didn't get to play for the Packers.
Not yet. So yeah, I joined the Army straight out of high school. Did that for 26 years, just retired like 2 years ago. And as I was coming up to my retirement date, I knew I wanted to do this next. So I started writing novels and started publishing short stories leading up to that retirement date. And then once, it was out and I was free citizen again, started launching the novels, started doing events like these and traveling really all around the Midwest. And living this other ambition, this other dream.
You're from Wisconsin?
From Minnesota.
Don't
ask me why I was a Packer fan.
Okay. We won't get into that. We won't get off topic there. But tell me, you said there's a podcast that features some of your stories. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So several podcasts. The one I'm most proud of is called No Sleep Podcast. And just got a story published in that about a month ago. And they've done several of mine now. But yeah, if you look up No Sleep, there's a story called Saints of Skid Row, which is somewhat Easter appropriate or not Easter appropriate at all, depending on your point of view.
I love that. I love it. So talk about a little bit, give me the overview of your books, kind of what they walk through here. You've got a new one that you want to probably talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one. So They Come From Below just came out about a month ago. And it's the story of, it's kind of like a Lovecraftian horror set in small town up north Minnesota, right? And it's about this woman who lives all by herself. She's got a house to herself.
Up there in International Falls or something.
She likes to read underneath a big pile of blankets, enjoys her pretty boring, mundane life. But she has this problem, and that is that anytime she feels like her sense of morality is failing her, or she feels like she's sinning, a literal physical demon from hell climbs up her basement stairs, and she's got to kill it with an axe.
Wow. So crazy. I mean, it's like, I wonder sometimes I'll watch these horror movies or we watch these and I'm like, what kind of sick person just thinks this stuff up? So is that the wildest one? You got some other wild things that happen in some of these?
Yeah, for sure. I do science fiction as well. So I got a cyberpunk series. Okay. They Come From Below is my fastest selling, Look What You Made Me Do is my fastest selling book. And it's really my ode, my tribute, my love letter to all the slasher horror movies like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween. All the movies that I watched when I was way too young, and they, kind of turned me into the person that I am today. But yeah, and it really has a lot of fun with like that final girl trope of like, what happens to that one lone survivor at the end of the horror movies, after the credits have stopped rolling and that movie's over, what goes on with her life afterwards?
Oh, that's interesting perspective right there. So, you had the time to do it. You were able to, obviously you served. Thank you for your service, by the way.
You're welcome.
And
Yeah.
you know, dedicating a portion of your life to, you know, people feel different ways about what is happening, but I appreciate anyone who's willing to, you know, give their time for any, you know, to fight for any cause that could benefit us or will benefit us. So, but that set you up to live a life that's unique in the sense that you didn't, like, you kind of got to retire young. I don't know how old
For
you are,
sure.
but you seem
Yeah.
young.
Yeah, 45.
45.
So I really didn't retire. I mean, I retired from the Army. I just got a new job.
And this is,
So I do this Monday through Friday. You know, I'm at my keyboard and I'm working away. And then pretty much every weekend I'm traveling somewhere throughout the Midwest, whether it's Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Chicago, a million small towns in between. And I'm doing events like this and meeting people and selling books.
Cool. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with me. Anything else you care to share about, I mean, you got anything else on your mind?
I don't know.
No? Okay. Well, Joe, check out his work. Check out the, what's the name of the podcast? The
No Sleep Podcast.
The No Sleep Podcast. If you want to hear some of his short stories, I assume you've got audiobooks available on Amazon.
Yeah,
you've
that's
got
right.
Everything out there.
So you can find
Websites.
everything that I do at my website, www.joeprosit.com. I'm on all the social medias. You can find me there. I'm on Amazon. I'm on barnesandnoble.com. So wherever you get your books, you can find me.
Cool. Thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.